I want Jewish children to look at their daddy and say, why is Jay mad at us? I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? The Jewish people have their hand on every single business that controls the world. So for all the Jewish media, y'all want to sit down and have a conversation with me? Then let's have a conversation.
Yay, you wanted the Jewish people to own up and respond to your claims and demands? So listen up, this is our answer. Yay, after witnessing your recent interview videos, tweets, and the world's response to your messaging, it is evident that you're trying to create a conversation around several topics that are weighing heavy on your conscience. While attempting to empower the black community, revealing the truth that many black people are descendants of the tribes of Israel who were in Africa and later taken as slaves to the Americas, and seeking to call out individual Jews for bad practices, you fell DEFCON 3 to the world's ears when going on attack mode. You don't heal darkness with more darkness. If you use your voice, especially aimed at Jews who you call your own people, you must come from a place of light. Your fire is a superpower. It gives you the ability to create and rise above others, but if you let that fire control you, you end up burning those around you. Your words impact the minds of millions, and you seriously tripped up when you started regurgitating Jewish conspiracy theories, sprinkling blatant historic anti-Semitic tropes, which have been used to push waves of terror and persecution against the Jewish people for generations, and blaming Jews for all of your problems or traumas experienced, which always leads to physical harm against Jews at the very least. The source of your problem begins with you coming from a place of jealousy.
I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business.
I'm envious that they turn their phones off on Friday night and the family comes together.
I want my people to rise up like the Jewish people. I'm a competitor.
Most people in positions of power are not Jewish, but given the current recognized Jewish community amounts to 15 million worldwide, which is only 0.2% of the world's population, you are right that Jewish representation in positions of power is extremely high. Jews also excel in spaces outside of finance. Many top doctors, scientists, researchers, artists, engineers, and founders of charitable movements are Jewish. This phenomenon has nothing to do with Jews being born Jewish or into success. Quite the contrary. Jews throughout history have constantly been hated, persecuted, exiled, converted by force, burned, crucified, exterminated, and suffered more for thousands of years than any of us can imagine. Even today, Jews make up 13% of New York City's population, yet over 56% of the total hate crimes committed in NYC are specifically against Jews.
I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets. And these secrets...
We talk about building up the properties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
on 444.
These secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be a secret, don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets because it's only the truth that's going to set us free.
Yay, I'm going to let you in on a secret and feel free not to keep it. The formula for Jewish success comes from our ancient culture and traditions. Let me give you an example. Just a few hundred years ago, most humans on earth were illiterate and did not know how to read or write. But throughout history, most Jews knew how to read and write due to their bar and bat mitzvahs, a passage to adulthood test, where an entire portion of the Torah is recited in Hebrew, all while memorizing the pronunciation of each word without vowels. Not to mention the fact that Jews also learned Gemara and Talmud, which are texts with deep disagreements from varying perspectives, which develop critical thinking skills for any human learning it. Most Jews also have parents who push their children to be the best versions of themselves that they can be, and have passed down traditions like giving at least 10% of our yearly income to charity, taking care of our own community, helping others in need outside of our community, and having deep love for our heritage and collective purpose. That being said, there are also many Jews who are not financially successful and live below the poverty line. Your generalization stemming from your individual reality in this video game of life does not define the experience of an entire collective. Your jealousy comes from looking at our results, but if you want to understand the why, you should look at the millions of Jews who've suffered, bled, and died to make sure we are still here, and the efforts that our ancestors have invested to make sure we live on and push forward. Any people's past must never turn them into victims or poison their hearts at the sight of positivity outside of their own context.
And the Jewish people, after the Holocaust, they said it's never again, and they went and they got their respect. And I respect Jewish people for that, right? But we in the championships of life, right? And I'm telling the Jewish people like this, I need my ring too.
Unlike basketball or football, it doesn't have to be only one people who wins. Jews after the Holocaust were able to rise together and revive their ancient civilization. And although you see that, there's plenty the Jews still have to overcome. We are all expressions of one, and although the oneness can infinitely break down and expand, the world must find the perfect balance between our individuality and the greater collective we belong to.